What's up guys, welcome back to another video. Today we stack some kegs. I already showed this concept in a previous video, but this is kind of a proof of concept to show you guys that this is actually a doable thing that you can use for good merchant rep. If you don't know what I'm talking about, go ahead and check out this video, but I can give you a quick rundown of what this method is. Me and Nathan decided we were going to stack 50 Stronghold kegs from one Fort of the Damned. But the method is, well, first we had to get a Skull of Destiny, which is literally the easiest quest in Season 11, by the way. Diving to it, you pop up on the island, dig it up, you're good. Most of the time it's not that far from Fort of the Damned, so very easy quest. Now, this method consists of using the Stronghold keg wave in the Fort of the Damned, which is the 13th wave if you didn't know, and then you can die to reset the wave. And as I mentioned, there's a full description of this entire method and how to do it, and every step and everything that you could need to prepare for it in the description below. That video is there. So, we got our Skull of Destiny, and like I said, we had decided that we were going to try and stack 50 kegs for this video, all from one Fort of the Damned. We didn't know if we could do it, but we wanted to prove the concept of the idea that we had already made. So we got to work, we got our Skull of Destiny, and we just started fighting the fort like normally. Now, I will say it was nice to check that we were in a good server to do this in, because if not, you might want to dive again for a different Skull of Destiny until you're in a very calm server with no Reapers and seemingly no aggressive ships. Once we made it to the Fort of the Damned, we started it like normal, and we actually didn't even start counting the waves till wave 7. Wave 7 is the first captain's wave. Now, after the first captain's wave, we started counting all the way up to wave 13, where we had to stop and actually start doing the method. To keep in mind, this shown count above counts the 4 Stronghold kegs inside the Stronghold as well. So we're going to start off with 4 actually, assuming that we get to finish it. At wave 13, we started stacking. Kill the skeletons, die. Kill the skeletons, die. Kill the skeletons again. Die again. And we keep doing this. And we had a good spot on the back of the fort picked out that we could just drop the kegs right off the back, harpoon them, and leave. And this is also a good spot because it's not likely to get blown up. And even if somebody came and took our Fort of the Damned, there's a good chance they wouldn't notice these sitting back there, so we actually may be able to continue our stack. During stacking, we actually learned a new trick to make this more efficient. See, before, if you didn't have green skeletons, you had to come back up to the main area to get the light before you could light the skeletons and hurt them. We decided to bring that light color down to the boat, that way every time we respawned, we would already have the light and we could grab it off of our boat. Another thing that we learned was really try not to kill any of the skeletons. These are your chances for kegs, and you really don't want those to go down, so try not to kill any of the regular skeletons. And we just kept stacking. More skeletons die, more skeletons die, more skeletons die, and we were actually getting very lucky. We had gotten 1 or 2 kegs on pretty much every single wave, except for like maybe 1 or 2. We finally, after 20 minutes, got up to 17 Stronghold kegs. That's including the ones inside the Stronghold, of course. And I was sitting up, we had a ship coming in that we had to watch out for. And as I was sitting in the keg tower watching, a blunderbuss shot. Are you fucking kidding me? Now, I was very confused at first. But what had just happened was all of our 17 kegs, except for the 4 inside the Stronghold, had just blown up, which is about 182,000 coins worth of kegs and about 5.5 levels worth of kegs. We were obviously not happy as we were almost to the halfway point, and the server was starting to ramp up in popularity, as well as the fort had been up for a very long time. We now had to make a decision. Do we stop, switch servers, and restart? Maybe we stack to 25, or maybe we keep stacking to 50. Well, we decided to just keep stacking and see how quickly we could start building back up. And we were actually planning to go back to 50. But as we did, we ran into another problem. See, the ships that were around us had not attacked us at all yet, and they actually seemed very friendly. None of them had come over, none of them shot over, nobody had swam over, we were perfectly fine. But a storm from the south was moving in, and as soon as we noticed the storm, we knew what was going to happen. If lightning hit these kegs, we would be reset again. The only spot to keep them safe would be in the middle of the tower, and if we put them there, they wouldn't be safe. So we had to just decide to stop at 25. We were still only at like 15 here when we noticed the storm, so we still needed 10 more kegs. We needed to unload everything, get it all to the boat, and we started making a plan for what was going to happen if that storm got here too early. After more grinding, more killing skeletons, and more Stronghold kegs stacked, we were finally at least able to prove the concept. We had 26 kegs up, no more explosions that blew up the whole keg stack. We did have a few explosions, but no more big explosions. And nobody attacked us. It only took about 20 more minutes, so it really was not that bad. We had 26 kegs, but that storm was moving in close, and we had to decide to stop as well because this fort had been up for way too long. It was starting to attract some curious ships, and we just needed to get out and sell. We went ahead and finished the fort as quickly as possible. possible. The way to do this, normally people stack kegs and Stronghold kegs, which obviously you don't really want to do because you could blow up your stack. We went ahead and took Gray Marrow down to the boat and shot him with cannons since our keg stack was on the backside of the island. After this, I started dropping kegs off the backside while Nathan moved the boat around. We had a list of things that we needed to get out and in what order or priority they were. That way, if the storm did get here, we could go ahead and leave without all the loot. Luckily for us, the storm that was moving north towards us from the south actually started moving east, so we ended up being okay, but we had already finished the fort, so we just went ahead to decide and go south. We got everything that we needed except for a gem or two, and it was time to head out. We were ready to head straight north to Daggertooth as we couldn't go to Ancient Spire or plunder outposts because they were blocked by the storm. Now, we would be fools for thinking that we could get to the outpost without anything happening. I mean, it had been such a flawless session, but as we've noticed when in doing this, staying at an island for more than 30 minutes will almost always net you an emergent event, or a few emergent events. As soon as we pulled out the skeleton ship, right after that, Megalodon, we got close enough to the rocks, the island started shooting at us that we were going by. We finally got rid of the skeleton ship after many balls flying right over our kegs that were stacked on the front of the boat. Another Meg, and we finally got to the outpost. Now, when we got here, bad timing, but I had something to do in real life, and I had to go for just like 5 seconds real quick. And of course, in that 5 seconds, it happens every time I leave, and I don't know why the game decides that it wants to do this every time we try and make a video or a good screenshot, but it always decides to scare the absolute shit out of us. Right as I left, I get a text from Nathan. Session switch. This meant that a ship could literally be spawning right on top of us. I ran back to my desk as quickly as possible and saw the session switching, but there's nothing we could do other than wait. We were safe. Was it terrifying? Absolutely. But we were able to make the screenshot that we wanted, get it for the thumbnail, and then go ahead and start setting up everything to sell. Now I have all of the numbers here for just the kegs as well as the rest of the Fort of the Damned loot. That way you guys can decide if this is worth it to do for yourselves. Obviously, it's very risky, but just from the 26 kegs, we ended up making 278,000 gold in about 40 minutes, which is actually not a crazy amount of gold. It also got me to grade 5 Legend of Black Powder, which is of Stronghold Black Powder, whatever it's called. The sell 100 Stronghold kegs as Pirate Legend, so that's really good for that combination as well. Total earnings from all of that was 355,501 gold from the one Fort of the Damned that we did, which is way more than it normally is. We also ended up blowing up 182,000 coins worth of kegs in that first explosion. So had we done this better, and if you guys can do it better, or if we can do it better in the future, you'll get an extra 182,000 coins, or if you make it to 50, maybe even another 200,000 coins. This brought me personally from Distinction 1 level 71 to Distinction 1 level 77. Using our math from before, this also means that we blew up about 5.5 levels of kegs for me at least, which is hilarious. It's okay, because it happens, and this is Sea of Thieves. But if you were able to hold those extra kegs, you would have netted about 12 levels from less than an hour of grinding merchant, which in my opinion is very amazing. Now, as I said, there's obviously risks with this. If you guys want to do this, please send me videos of you guys trying it, what you decide to do with the kegs, whether you sell them or blow them up or kill somebody with them or kill a Megalodon with them. Please let me know in the comments, because I'd love to know what happens when people have this many Stronghold kegs. Watch out for the emergent events as you leave the island, and watch out for other players, because this fort will be up for a long time. If this video gets to 500 likes in the first month that it is out, and you guys want to see it, let me know in the comments below if you want to see it. We will get 100 kegs stacked, and we will do with them whatever the most like comment says. So if it's blow up somebody with them, kill a Meg with them, you know, like try and do something with the 100 kegs on board without blowing them up, anything like that, if this hits 500 likes in the first month that it's up, we will do whatever the top pin comment says with our 100 kegs. If you guys enjoyed this video, please make sure to like and subscribe, as it helps me massively, and I'm trying to grow my channel as quickly as possible right now. And I will see you guys next time. Peace out.